I call the Toledo Urban Renewal Agency Budget Committee regular meeting to order. And I see we have plenty here for a forum. Do I need to count how many? I will take a roll call vote. Barry Brewster.
Here.
Ew, I picked a bad pencil. Dewey. Jackie Burns.
Yes.
Me. Rod Cross.
Here.
Ricky Dyson.
Ricky said he wasn't gonna be here.
Okay. Jackie Kaufman. Not here. Andrew Keating.
Here.
Stacy Keating.
Here.
And Learned Ellis. Here. Did I say that right?
Ellis is great.
Oh, okay. Jonathan Mix, not
Not here.
here. Tracy Mix here. Frank Sylvia.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we have two vacancies.
Two vacancies are here.
And we will now review. Oh, no, we need to approve the minutes held May 13th, 2025. Looking for a motion.
Move to approve the minutes as circulated.
All right, it's moved by the mayor, seconded by Ann. And I will take a roll call or raise of hands to approve. Is that all are in favor?
Well, Barry, what were you doing there? Were you?
Is it up?
Okay, I just saw this part.
My nose tickled. I did it.
Okay.
We will now review fiscal year 2025-2026 proposed budgets. Who does the review?
What page number is that on?
It's like 404. The front.
Sorry, page 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just asking. Okay, does anybody have any questions?
Do you have any questions, comments? Any grumblings or mumblings? I don't know.
Just share with you that it is a balanced budget of revenues, we're seeing people expenditures. Note that 340,000, roughly half is transferred into used by either for the same public safety remodel or for helping to balance the general fund. The department is almost entirely funded by property tax, tax increment financing, property tax, and fund balance and interest earnings. There's some money there for full anticipation for work on the sewer lines, and then some generally set aside for public improvements.
To be clear, the transfer to the general fund is the administrative overhead of operating the urban renewal agency.
Judy, did you have anything to add about the urban renewal fund?
I was just gonna mention what the mayor said, that the $40,000 transfer to the general fund is for the services that we provide to the urban renewal agency.
I would just state that I'm disappointed that we're putting so much into the public safety building and not enough into the Main Street.
That's because you don't understand budgeting. The urban renewal funds cannot be put into the general fund for general mainstream. They can only, what did you just say?
I'm saying you're only giving $50,000 to improve Main Street. I'm saying that I'm disappointed there's not more, that there's more is going into the public safety committee building and not to business loan program. I think the business loan program needs more money. I'm not arguing for it or against it or anything like that. I'm just saying that I'm disappointed that it's not more based on the fact that of what we've got. We don't have dispatch going up into the public safety building now, so I don't see that as a hurry, get it done thing. So
We also noticed that in a recent city council, in our most recent city council meeting, we approved, I believe we discussed, we're in the process of, what am I thinking of? We're asking our new city manager or something to kind of lead a plan for what's going to go into that space.
You have money budgeted in the general fund to provide for some design review and the public engagement process. So that this $300,000 really is a reserve funds for future needs, but largely what you're looking at next year, and you may have time to implement as well, but it's basically trying to create a public process for what that building, how that building can best serve the public's needs.
Right.
Since dispatch is no longer with the police, so there's gonna be probably some kind of combination of these.
About that, yeah, but really, no, thank you for clarifying that. I knew there was something.
So the
about
question then comes up, is if it's gonna be a civic building, does that meet the urban renewal requirements for
Yes.
development for like, I understand like police department fits.
No,
The answer to that would be yes, if it's in your urban renewal plan,
It's in our urban renewal plan.
Okay,
and that's your urban plan's fairly broad.
We were only allowed to do 5 of those forgivable loans a year. That's why it was set at 50.
That's why it was set at 50, correct?
Because we were only allowed 5.
That was agreed upon years
So
ago.
it's agreed upon that that's gonna happen every.
okay.
That's not one time.
Counselor Kerr.
Those 20 years.
Yes, I am going to.
Every year.
I'm just, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that it seems like there's a lot that, needs to be done on Main Street as far as business development.
Well, the businesses have also got to come in and get the applications and apply. I wouldn't have a lot of the businesses told them what we have
I
here.
believe all five last year.
Did we do 5 or 4?
Yeah, we did 5.
Oh, yeah, Frequency was the last one.
Yeah, and we did kind of have to beg them to do it,
Yep.
but they did do it.
I mean, I grabbed multiple packets from the office up there and went around to businesses like JC Market, asking them, hey, look, this is an opportunity for you to get some free work done. But we got to get the people to come in to do it. That's a problem too.
I just noted the arrival of Jonathan Max.
A lot of this, Barry, I appreciate the frustration, but at the end of the day, when we talk about the public safety building, we're just talking about what everyone knows the building to be, what it's been called. That doesn't mean it's the definitive, absolute, forever purpose of the building needs change, right?
Right, and I'm not, I
So,
don't care what it is.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is
to finish my,
Main Street needs,
to finish my
yeah,
thought. There is going to be work done to determine what the best use of that building is going to be. Maybe it is public safety capacity, maybe it is community capacity. But at the end of the day, it's a building where the funds in urban renewal qualify we can spend that money in that facility. Regardless of what it's called today, what it's called a year from now, we might not be calling it the public safety building. We might be calling it
You might be calling it City Hall.
right. So there's a lot that can be done with it. But at the end of the day, that's a dollar amount that makes sense for that physical space, whatever it ends up being. And we will work to figure out what is best for our community in that space.
To be noted, Barry.
Yeah.
I just have a question. Who chose the color? Me.
You can blame the blue on me if you want to blame it on anybody. Because,
Just inquiring, no.
well,
blame.
because the
Curious.
people seem to be pretty passionate about whether they like it or they don't. That is Boomer Blue, and when the building's completed, we'll have yellow trim on it. And it'll be the Boomer color,
Yay,
right in the middle of downtown, reflecting this community.
well,
Thank you.
yeah.
So if y'all want to throw arrows, I'm standing right here.
Oh, stop now.
I think she's just referring to Mayor some comments. I don't.
Oh, there've been more than a few.
we put the
I know, I loved it.
mural, put that as a mural on the side and it makes a lot more sense.
You have a local artist design it, sort of AI done.
Oh, we know it. Look at her.
Yeah, we don't know any local artists though, do we?
No, there's none here.
No.
Okay, moving on.
Table.
Anybody else? Do we need to ask for public comments? Yes. Is there anybody online or in the audience that would like to speak?
So
Yes.
Jim, you'll need to come up where you can get to a mic.
I'll make it short. I appreciate the comments that Barry asked in regard to urban renewal. I think that a lot of the problems that exist in the public is that they don't know all about urban renewal, what it can do, and what it can't do, or how long you're gonna be having it. So, I think that somewhere along the line, you gotta reach the public and let them know what's going. And the projects, I had the same question about when was, I look at the budget, it was like 600 some odd $1,000, and I'm thinking, well, most of that's going up to the public safety building or whatever. And, but I still I wanted to see more improvements, such as what you've commented on, or the opportunities for those people to come in. $10,000 is maybe too low, because they can only do maybe a facial painting job or something like that. So maybe you'll want to beat that up a little bit if you. So,
Well,
but, the question comes back is, how long is the renewal going to last in this district that you've designated?
20 years.
20 years. So in 20 years, will you bring that on? I know you got an idea about projects and things like that, but 20 years, can you?
It's
2040.
the nice thing about urban renewal is that it's flexible. Okay, what gets decided on for this year isn't binding, for lack of better, if that's what we elect to spend it on this year, is not binding in the next year. So let's say that there's a public-private partnership to renovate an entire building on Main Street for a nonprofit, let's say. We could elect to put more money into that to help renovate Main Street. But there's got to be a project brought forward to do that. It can't, the reason we chose the 50 grand is to spread that out as far as we could, because the urban renewal district goes all the way from up past JC Market, all the way down around to the bowling alley in that area, okay, and all of Main Street. So it's a lot of businesses, a lot of properties.
I got kind of excited when the old Lincoln Leader building all of a sudden got a new face.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going, but that urban renewal? And I guess I was hoping it was, because it would send a message to all.
Well, and that's, I know that the people who own the Eagles want to come to us when they're ready, but they're not ready yet.
I thought we already,
Not for their major project. This was just to get the
Handicap access.
walk and all that. Stacy?
For the edification of the community and business owners, what would we consider the deadline for new project proposals before the work on the budget reaches a point for the next fiscal year that it would be difficult to finish? In considering normal times, normal staffing.
Actually, there wouldn't be a deadline because of the way urban renewal works, because we can always borrow against the incoming dollars of later years. When you say you're.
We can ease up your time.
Glad you didn't fall.
Jim, but tell me that your son is not making you do any more concrete work.
I can't say that.
I'll have a talk with Eric.
I'm taking physical therapy. I'm working on it.
There's no real deadline on that. There's a deadline essentially of, I'm just gonna guess it would be April for the $10,000 ones. But as far as projects goes, that's an ongoing thing throughout the years, not just a single year.
Let me just add one thing to that, just a thought while you're, I won't be here for, but while you're looking at your urban renewal, it's fairly productive financially. One of the things you were able to do is borrow against it.
Exactly.
And if you had a major project, let's say you were looking at a highway thing, interchange at 20 and 20, you might be able to participate financially in making that happen. By way of example,
Right.
through bonding power.
so I have a question. The $10,000 cap on the loans, is that something that we as a city set?
That was something that we as the urban renewal agency said.
Okay. And the number of loans that we give a year, was that something that the urban renewal agency also set?
We set that at the beginning. That can be changed.
Well, I was gonna just add, that was something where I was leading up to my real question. Is there any interest within this urban renewal budget committee to either raise the limit on the loans or increase the number of loans that we choose to give each year.
Is that a discussion for the budget committee
Not
or
for the budget committee.
Not for budget committee, so.
We would have to meet as
You can
the
increase
urban renewal.
What you can do in this is increase. the
Well, I
amount of
guess that's
money
where I am asking that. I mean, do we want to increase this line item? Pending the possibility of us increasing that later? Or do we want to leave it as is, and then if that happens, then there can be a supplemental budget passed?
That's what I would look at.
Okay, that might be the cleanest way to do that.
Yeah, instead of putting the cart before the horse.
Okay.
Or just wait another 9 months and add it to next
Any
year.
other public comment?
Any other public comment? Anyone online?
What do you mean 9
If
months?
there is anyone online who'd like to speak to the budget committee, please raise your hand electronically and you will be recognized. I do not see any hands raised.
Right, if that's all the comments, I'm looking for a motion to approve.
I move to approve the budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 in the amount of $698,096.
Second,
All right, I have a motion from Frank and a second by the mayor, and I will take we can just do it by hands raised. Everybody that approves? Right, and everybody against? Are you voting? Abstaining, okay. So everybody was in favor with one abstention.
I have businesses on Main Street, so yeah.
Since if that is all for the urban renewal budget, we'll close this and we can move on to the big budget.